Now I think that I am not a bad looking guy. I'm quite lucky with the genetics that I am blessed with what Mother Nature gave me. But now take a look at this version of myself, or compare this version to this version of me. I think the point that I'm trying to make is quite clear to most people. The way that we look, yes, genetics matter a lot, but it's not everything. The way that we present ourselves also matters a lot. Because I can guarantee you, I've had certain looks throughout my life, and I really struggled to attract the opposite sex. And then I changed a couple of things about my appearances, and suddenly it became, well, I wouldn't say relatively easy, I don't want to brag, but I actually turned into a good-looking guy. So in this video, I'm going to talk about hair grooming. The things that I do, largely based on my personal experience, to groom my hair that will instantly make you more attractive. So the first one is hair. Head hair on the top of your head. Now this one will seem a bit ironic, and probably a lot of people are going to laugh because I am bald. But take a look at me with a bad haircut. That doesn't work for me. To be honest, that haircut is just a bad haircut in general, and it probably doesn't work for anyone. But now try to compare it to me with a haircut that does work for me. And yeah, maybe I'm a bit lucky that a bald haircut actually works for me, but it works for me. Try to compare these two. It is a night and day difference, right? Now, getting a good haircut is actually not as simple as just picking the haircut that is currently popular, because different haircuts work for different people depending on different factors, like, for example, your face shape. So you actually need to figure out what haircut works for you. Now, I'm not going to help you do that right now because I'm not a face shape expert, but you can just Google it. Just go Google it, educate yourself, try to figure out what face shape you have, what the other factors are that might influence what haircut works for you, and actually try it. Go out and try to get a new haircut. Don't be afraid to break your comfort bubble, because this is something that I see happening to so many people, and it happened to me as well. You're used to having a certain haircut, and you sort of cling on to that as a part of your identity, and it feels uncomfortable to break that comfort bubble and try out a new haircut. Really, do it. And if it turns out that this haircut is ugly, well, fuck it. Learn by mistakes. It's better to learn by mistakes than to never experiment at all. There is a haircut out there for you that is going to make you look better. Go and look for it, because it is going to make a difference. Beards. I have gotten a lot of compliments on my beard. Thanks, guys. I actually do it myself. First I went to the barber, but now I actually do it myself. So your compliments mean a lot to me. Now take a look at me without a beard. And this comparison isn't completely fair because I was a kind of fat here. But compare this to me with a bad beard. This is hypothetical. I actually just shaped this beard for the sake of the picture. I never actually rocked that beard in reality. But compare these two to this beard that I'm having right here. Compare these beards. It makes a difference, right? It makes a big difference. It makes a huge difference. I mean, I would honestly say that me with the silly beard right here is just unattractive. I just look silly. If a girl's gonna see that, she's probably gonna think, it's just a silly beard, right? I actually think of another picture right now where I just had like a long beard and I did not do anything about it. I'm gonna put it up on the screen right now. Take a look at this. Do you think that if a woman is going to see that she's gonna be like, wow, I like bearded men. I like this guy. You know, this guy has a sexy beard. She probably isn't, right? And if she sees me with a beard like this, or something that I have right now, she might, if she likes beards. Well, go to a barber. Or learn to do it yourself, but before you can do it yourself, go to a barber. I have had a long, unkept beard for so long, and like the first time I went to a barber and I actually got a nice beard shape, you can judge for yourself. But I say my attractiveness at least doubled, right? It is an absolute game changer. Go to a barber or learn to do it yourself, but make sure that you take care of your beard. Again, educate yourself, try to find out what type of beard works for you, and experiment don't be afraid to fail. And for everyone that is not able to grow a full beard, there are actually people that use minoxidil that see great beard gains. Now, I would personally probably not recommend this because I'm just not a big fan of rubbing some chemicals on your skin that potentially have side effects. I'm a bit of a health freak myself. I would not do that myself. I would not recommend it. But I'm saying, if this is something that you are open to, you have options. You can grow a fuller beard with using supplements. It's not really a supplement. With using stuff, by using minoxidil. So then eyebrows. This is something that a lot of people don't think about, or they think that this is something that you shouldn't do as a guy because it's kind of gay or it's kind of metrosexual. Well, this is what I do. I get a bit of a monobrow if I don't take care of it. So I just pluck out the hairs in between of my eyebrows. And I also run my trimmer over my eyebrows to sort of make them a bit shorter, because I happen to be someone that gets very long, owly eyebrow hairs. It's just, yeah, those are my genetics. If I don't trim my eyebrows, they get very long. I don't really like the look, so I just run a trimmer, I believe on like 4 millimeter. I put the trimmer on 4 millimeters and I run it over my eyebrows. You don't have to like pluck the hairs from the bottom and the top to make sure that you change the model and that your eyebrows look all neat. No, I don't do any of that. I just pluck the hairs in the middle, run the trimmer over my eyebrows. It literally takes a couple of seconds, but it makes a huge difference compared to when I don't do anything about it and I look like an owl with a monobrow. Okay, so then we are getting to the spicier parts, pubes. I see so many people ask the question, well, not that many actually, but if you start Googling, you see people ask the question, should I shave my pubes or not? I got one big answer for you guys. Do neither, but trim them. Because trimming is like the perfect middle ground between not doing anything and shaving. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with like the complete full jungly bush look, if that's the look that you're going for. I am not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong with like the completely clean shaven look, if that's what you're going for. But I am personally not going for these looks, and I think that a lot of other men don't really like these looks either. They want to look like they take care of themselves, like they don't have like a full-blown unkept curly jungle down there. They want to, you know, do something about it. But they don't like that clean-shaven twink look either. Don't get me wrong, if you want to go for the twink look, by all means go for the twink look. But if you don't want to look like a twink, you probably don't want to go for the clean-shaven look, like I do. And so the answer is trim it. Take a trimmer with one of these guards on them. Trim it short, so you'll look like you take care of yourself, but at the same time, you still look like a man that isn't fully clean shaven. Now, I actually do the same thing with my armpits, because I get reasonably long armpit hair and it starts to actually stick out of the armpit forward, and that's a look that I don't really like. And I also don't really like the fully clean shaven look, so for me it's simple. I take a trimmer and I trim my armpits a bit shorter so that it doesn't poke out of my armpits. It looks like I take care of myself, but I don't have that clean shaven look. I can still put my arms up, have armpit hair, and I look like a man. No offense to anyone that goes for the clean shaven look. If you're like a bodybuilder that doesn't have any body hair, you probably also still look like a man, but I'm sure you guys get the point. And then the last thing that I do is I trim my chest hair for the exact same reason. There's not much more to say about it. I have reasonably long chest hair. I don't think it's a very bad look if I fully grow my chest hair. It's just a masculine look. I don't think it looks that bad when I just shave it all off, but I think it looks better when I trim it. And then I have back hair as well, but I need help from my girlfriend to do that. So if you have back hair, and trust me, you will get more back hair if you get to like your 30s, probably your 40s as well. If you are like in your 20s right now and you think, well, I don't have any back hair, you might get some back hair when you get 10 years older. You might. And so you might have to get some help from your girlfriend or a friend to trim your back. But it's probably something you don't have to worry about too much right now. I guess the whole summary of this video would be get a trimmer. Get a trimmer and trim your trim your whole body. Trim your eyebrows if you have to. Learn to do your beard, trim your pubes, trim your armpits, and trim your chest hair if you want to. But at least realize the importance of taking care of yourself, taking care of your hair, making sure that you have a haircut that fits your face, making sure that you have a nice beard that fits your face, making sure that you don't have a monobrow, that your eyebrows don't grow too long, and making sure that your pubes don't grow too long, that it looks like you take care of yourself. You have a look that looks good on you, and you look like you take care of yourself, and it is going to make a massive difference to your attractiveness.